All right, what's up? We're back with more of Avernum 2 Crystal Souls. We are back in the Spiral Pit, taking a little detour here, because I want to see if we can purge the Spiral now. Which I remember a barrier there requires a higher dispel barrier spell than what the dispel barrier crystals give you, which is like only level 1, but we have access to level 2 now. So we're going to do that. And I also want to see if we can avenge Cotra, even though it's not a major quest we need to do. Suddenly everything gets very dark. Okay, this is very typical of Spiral Pit, as we're already familiar with. Fortunately, we are pretty strong against undead at this point, so I'm not really worried about burning out spells super easily here, except when we get to the main fight. How the heck did we get that? Wait, it's blocked by rocks. Can we move mountains for that? Ah, will you all stop coming up here? I'm trying to see if I can test something. Okay, it looks like I can't. We've got some whites here. Tunic. I'm not really super worried about exploring this whole area, only because we will get light back eventually. Okay, I do have a preference of getting all the passageways I can and all that. This is still annoying, only because you have to, like, click in, like, light areas constantly. Or areas that are visible here. Come on, come on. Dispel Barrier Crystal, I'm not worried about. We'll just sell that. Okay, cool. We actually made it to the center, or close to it anyway. The air in this chamber is frigid and still. You find few signs of adventurers making it this far. You think you see some footprints in the frost on the floor. They are all heading inward. None are going out. As you maneuver carefully down the sledge, A white mist starts to rise from the floor of the cavern. Then it begins to coalesce into shapes. Okay, so this was to be expected. We already know how the spiral pit works at this point, especially if you have watched my playthrough in the first game. Although I feel like when we first faced the spiral pit in the first Avernum game, it wasn't nearly as bad or as annoying. I feel like we're kind of breezing through it. Part of how to do that, we already killed the outer monsters first before going in here, because I remembered how you need a higher dispel barrier spell to get to the very center. But we're here now. There are faint signs of a battle here. It took place a very long time ago, maybe even centuries. The weapons are archaic and rusty, and the bloodstains are dry and faint. I'm pretty sure in this section we face a lot more of the undead there, though, so yeah, it feels like we got here relatively quick. Okay, so just to show you all, let's go ahead and use that Dispel Barrier Crystal, see if that does anything. Okay, so that was that meant diddly squiddly on that one. You definitely need a higher Dispel Barrier. But fortunately, you know who has a higher Dispel Barrier? Our very own Lazarus, with a Dispel Barrier level 2. This long cave seems to be the lowest point in this dizzying spiral. It is freezing down here. Crystals of ice coat the walls and floor, and the bodies scattered on the floor as well. The bodies are fairly well preserved, and they all clearly died of extreme violence. They are not all human. Many are Zerakai, their faces frozen in fierce, bestial expressions. This cavern smells of death and decay, and the horrible shadows seem to envelop you. This is a horrible place, haunted and cursed. The small chamber must be the source of the foul blight which afflicts this area. There is a slab of basalt in the center of the chamber. Once an ordinary block of stone, the dark power here seems to have infused it. As you get closer, your skin crawls. Three withered bodies are slumped against the back wall of the cave. When you get close, you hear a cracking sound as the ice covering them breaks and falls away. The withered creatures are rising. They are old dead, still wearing the shreds of archaic Empire armor. These undead must date from when the dark magic fell on this place. As they walk, crystals of frost form under their feet. The three creatures advance on you, inviting you to join them in death. I really want to save my potions, so we're just going to do this. I think I did not mean to do that, though. I really want to save my potions for Cotra, so that's why I'm not as in a rush to use my potions. But we are going to give it all we have right here. Dang, he is stubborn as hell. Still ain't dead yet. Oh, you know what? I actually should have used mass healing, but that's okay. I think we can make it one more round without it. Two of the undead horrors are close enough to each other to touch. As they fight, they extend their icy fingers. When the fingertips brush against each other, glowing shields surround them. Oh, that is BS. Alright, they might be immune to straight melee attacks then. Okay, yeah, so if you do a pure melee attack, it's just gonna bounce off. Okay, well, at least we got one of them dead. Or dead-er. And remember, you can't use Capture Soul on any bosses or anything like that, so that's why there is that. The last of the undead horrors has been disposed of. The damage you inflicted was adequate to leave them as frozen shards of flesh on the ground. However, the grisly bits are still moving. They edge slowly toward each other, eager to reform. As long as the dark magic remains in this place, it will never be free of these creatures. Alright, well, before we loot up, let's go ahead and cast a sanctification ritual here. Dang it, we need more energy. Fortunately, we have that. I think a sanctification is exactly what my first party needed to be able to defeat this. But our group here does. As you begin the powerful ritual, time seems to stop. As you purge the chamber of its dark energy, you have a strange ghostly vision. You see the huge caverns of Avernum. A group of humans in archaic armor run through them, clearly panicked. Moments later, you see the cause for the flight. A horde of lizardmen is chasing them, weapons drawn, howling for their blood. The humans flee into these winding tunnels and fight a desperate running battle down to the deepest level. Eventually, when they see the cause is hopeless, survivors magically seal themselves into this cavern. There they starve, slowly, consumed with hatred for their killers and everyone else who dares be alive. The Empire soldiers, some of the first visitors to these caves, haunt these caverns and fuel the creation of undead here. Your ritual, however, severs the connection between their ghosts in this cave. Finally freed, the shades immediately start to fade away, gaining peace at last. The cold and darkness immediately begin to fade. Where many have failed, you have succeeded. The curse of the spiral pit is lifted at last. And we get some treasure out of it. Nice. So yeah, even our group from the first game failed and was unable to do anything. But our group here was quite successful in doing so. All it took was knowing the sanctification ritual. First expedition boots. That's a very good pair of boots, so we'll put that on him. I hate to give up dexterity, but she's already pretty fast anyway, so put that on her. We'll sell the other boots. Now you notice my sorcerer is low on energy now too. Okay, we didn't face this revenant, but we can manage. We already beat the whole thing anyway. Ooh, there was also a quick gas here we managed to slip by. I'm not sure if that does anything, but oh no, it actually opened up that little rock passage there. That's what that gate was for. Okay. First I thought it did absolutely nothing, and I guess this over here you crack open with Move Mountains. You know, I'm glad I saved my potions, even though that was more of a tougher fight, because we have, and normally I would say to save the invulnerability potions, but I think for this upcoming one, we are going to need them. Let's give one to the elixir to my priest and the potion to my priestess. Normally I would sell potions at this point, but I think we are going to need them if we are going to avenge Cotra. But yeah, we did it. We finally freed the spiral pit. All it took was the right group of adventurers knowing the sanctification ritual. Because in the first game, my first group, as strong as they were, they failed, but our group here succeeded. Alright, who was the one who wanted that quest done? It was Lynn of Murtis. You tell Commander Lynn about your victory over the Spiral Pit. She is amazed. This is a great feat. That place has tormented this land since the earliest days. Thank you, soldier. She gives you a huge sack of gold coins. I lifted the curse from the undead pit to the northeast. Really? He looks very interested. You're far from the first to claim that, but if true, you have done us great service. We will send some soldiers to investigate. Thank you. Even though the dialogue before, when you do the job for her, is a lot different. Okay, it doesn't look like any... Doesn't look like there's much change in dialogue here, apart from maybe a couple things. Oh, even Elmer doesn't have different dialogue. Interesting. Only Lynn did. You meet a merchant caravan. There are 6 wagons, each pulled by 2 large lizards. When you greet them, you notice that the caravan has a large complement of guards. It turns out that the merchants were worried about undead. You explain to them that you lifted the curse on the area. They thank you for the information and move on. They seemed very impressed that you eliminated the undead. Okay, and there's a reputation boost right there. Okay, well, before we do another mission here, let's go ahead and see if we can avenge Cotra now. Because otherwise, it's going to be a pretty short part otherwise. Now, before, if you remember, I was still Even though I was a higher level, the creatures here were still quite overwhelmingly strong. Ooh, we took out that cave slug pretty fast. Okay, definitely the cave slugs I'm not worried about. It's the eye beast that I'm very concerned about. Okay, we are definitely more buffed up though, because we're actually inflicting quite a bit of damage on that eye beast compared to last time. So yeah, let's go avenge Cotra now. Oh, look at that. The eye beast is terrified now. Aww. So sad. Ivory band. We'll sell that later. Oh, and we actually leveled up. Nice. Okay, I'm pretty sure I already cleared out these bodies earlier, so... Now, these skeletal warriors I had a bit of trouble with earlier. The eye beast itself, though, I'm not really super worried about, though. Oh, yeah. Skeletal warriors aren't nearly as tough as they were initially. So all it took was a bit more leveling up before he took this on. And just as a reminder, no, there's no quest that tells you need to avenge Cotra, but it is a Steam achievement to do so anyway. Plus, it's pretty much the right thing to do, so there is that. And we have energy elixir, so I'm not really worried about running out of spell energy right now. Okay, we're gonna move mountains here because there's some loot we can get, clearly. A healing elixir. It is much, much colder inside this room than outside. The chill seeps through your clothes and sinks into your skin. When you enter, a pale figure slips out of the coffin by the north wall. Oh, a vampire, eh? Ooh, wisdom crystal, nice. Who has the lowest right now? Okay, we will give it to Serafina. Another return life, which I think I'm pretty much good at this point. Maybe to sell those, because we'll probably need the extra money. But then again, I kind of also don't want to give them up in case one of my characters does get knocked unconscious. One of the changes they did make, which I think was pretty cool, is that unlike in like the older Avernum game and even Exile, none of your characters can permanently die. And if they did, you would have to go all the way to maybe like a trainer or something. I can't remember exactly. It's been so long since I played that, but I think you did have to go to somebody whenever one of your characters died and brought him back. And there was also the case of, you know, having to pick up their loot and all this other stuff, give it back if you wanted them to have it back, stuff like that. It was kind of tedious in a way. This pylon has been smashed. It looks like something was written at the base, but it is no longer legible. Well, to be fair, I don't think we would need to ever teleport back here, so. Can we just open the doors right here? Okay, I think we... Actually, let's head over here real quick. Just to cover all the shading we can and get rid of it. So you all see what the full map looks like and all that. So let's go ahead and head in here. Ooh. Okay, it looks like we're gonna have to dispel a barrier here, since you can't get into those two doors. I mean, I would hate to have done all this and then all of a sudden I can't even do the fight. Yep, we can get in through here. As you get closer to the hall to the northwest, your hair starts to stand on end. There is powerful magic there, probably created by one of the eye beasts who destroyed the city. Oh yeah, we could definitely get through here too. An eye beast is hovering in the far end of the hall. Two skeletons stand to either side. They are still adorned with the shreds of their Avernite garb. One was the mayor, the other was the commander. The eye beast glides towards you. As it approaches, you start to feel dizzy. As dark magic plays with your mind, it says, "We are the eyes, the gaze. We are Thunlafar. We are not afraid." The eye beast inspects you. You are a hero. You have danger. We do not care about you. We want you to be away. Leave our fortress to us. This is not your fortress. It is now. The humans here were pitiful. We took it by our right. It is ours. You want it for your Empire masters? Dunlefar's eye stalks quiver in agitation. We have no masters. We use them to take this place. It will be ours. The humans will be expelled. The Empire is our enemy. We never forget. You need to leave this place. No, it is ours. It will be our nest. We will live here. We will learn. We will see all places. We will hunt where we choose. Your simple sight must choose now. I hope your weak eyes see the wisdom. Will you leave, or must we slay you? I will slay you, monster. We are amused. We accept the risk. We choose to fight, prevail, and feed. The skeletal abominations lurch towards you. The eyes of the beast focus on you, and you start to feel confused. You know what? Let's go ahead and do this. The gazer focuses its gaze on one of your group. A haze of confusion falls. Its target feels dizzy and weak. Okay, make sure, don't worry about the mayor's bones or commander bones. Just focus on Dunlefar here. Ooh, I actually enlightened myself. Nice. I wonder if that's needed overall for my group. Okay, fortunately, he is battle frenzy, so we have enough for a heal spell real quick. Again, don't focus on the commanders or the mare bones. It's just gonna be extremely hardy. Fortunately, we do have adrenaline rush to knock this eye beast down a peg even more. But yeah, the mayor's bones and the commander bones, very hardy, very resistant to physical damage, so you don't even want to bother trying to kill them. Just focus on the eye beast. And we're fire blasting because lightning, of course, has no effect. Oh, it's a good thing that I have invulnerability on both my... Get her out of that. With the final blow, the life leaves the eye beast. The moment life is gone, magic is gone too. The power that kept the creature aloft vanishes. It falls to the ground with a wet splat. The last remains of life leave the fallen Avernites animated by the foul creature. They are free. The power holding Cotra has been broken. Now the Avernite army has a chance to return. Nice. Oh, and that potion also enlightens us. Not that we had a real opportunity to use it anyway, but I wonder when you could use that exactly. But now that we leveled up, let's go ahead and train. I guess we can go for this one. I don't see what else would be good. We don't really need extra experience at this point. I feel like this would be a bit unnecessary, so backstab would be good. He doesn't really melee either, so... Yeah, maybe for the third Avernum game, I'll go back to 2 fighters and 2 spellcasters, because the archer is very limited trait-wise, even though she is good too. Okay, we'll do good fortune. I guess this, because I don't know. The rest of the stuff is very melee driven. Alright. Do that and that. Like, even my spellcasters get more benefit from. Than she does. I would say this would be good, but I think Blessing Focus might be better. Just so you can give a couple buffs. I'm not worried about quick learning or anything like that. All this other mess, whatever it is. So yeah, for the third Avernum game, I might, yeah, like I said, go back to fighters, because I really don't know where to take my archer. Alright, improved Call the Storm. I do like having the benefit of gymnastics, though, because that is very, like, handy at times to be able to cast twice. But you do want to keep your spell energy recharged as much as possible with that. Okay, so we just have to go back out the way we came, pretty much. But yes, I already got the achievement long ago when it came to Avenging Cotra, but as soon as you kill the Eye Beast, you will get the achievement signifying that you avenged Cotra. Okay, it looks like nobody really has different dialogue for when you do that anyway. But it's about the principle of it anyway. Alright, let's go ahead and resume back to our own missions. We really want to go to the Waterfall Warren, so... You know what? I'm also tempted to... see See if we can find the remaining Empire caches while we still have a little ways to go here. Okay, those are just shamblers. I'm not going to worry about fighting them. But yes, here's one of the caches. I kind of lost track of how many there are total that we need to destroy. But yeah, it looks like that's all we need to explore from this island. Just want to make sure I was consistent. Let's go ahead and head back to that Empire. I mean, not the Empire area, but those Avernites, the Scimitar, that wanted those caches destroyed. Yeah, the hidden camp over here. Caitlin greets you and listens to your account of cache hunting. Well done. Well done, she says. She gets a pouch for you. It contains several small jewels. We haven't been having much luck finding other caches. Any more aid you give will be a great help. Caitlin beams. 5 caches. That's one more than we had thought there were. Our work here is done. As her troops begin packing up, she hands you her very own longsword. It's icy cold to the touch. We were given this for our own defense, but I feel you should have it now. It is a powerful weapon. Thank you again. They each shake your hand in gratitude as they leave, ecstatically happy. Then you realize the risks they have taken raiding enemy territory. There are only 10 of them left now. None of them expected to get back alive. With the final wave, they head east to safety. Okay, so we actually completed that quest kind of fast. Well, I thought there would be at least a couple more we would have to find, but... Okay, this is definitely a good weapon, so I'm gonna equip it. Tribal Warblade is still good, although I do like the bonuses that the other one gets. The sound of the rapids ahead is deafening now. You realize where you are. This is the infamous Waterfall Warren. The name is inaccurate. There aren't any waterfalls, just rough rapids, miles of them. Many Avernite explorers have entered here and never returned. Okay, I'm not worried about the sliths, even though they might have loot to have. It could be friendly, though. There is a small colony of Slizerikai living in this small area, scraping together a miserable existence on fish and lichen. They look like the dumber, more savage variety of slith, still found sometimes in the remote caverns. The creatures don't even have any huts. It looks like they have been struggling to build stone huts, but the pitiful files of screed littered about testify to their lack of success. They watch you nervously, not sure what you want. You can't tell what their attitude is. They might be hostile. You approach and try to speak with them. Fortunately, they aren't hostile. Unfortunately, you can't understand their crude gibbering. Their leader points at the piles of rocks and says something to you. Then he holds his hand out. He seems to want something, but you aren't sure what. When he sees that no help is coming, he shakes his head and returns to the others. Very strange. What do they possibly want, though? Same case of losing food, though, clearly. Alright, blessed breastplate. Okay, the one she has is already still valuable. She already has the steel, so... This cave is strangely peaceful. The roar of the rapids is fainter here. There is a small natural spring flowing freely from a crack in the south wall. The water is clear and sparkling, almost unnaturally so. The water feels cool glowing down. The cool feeling spreads, slowly fading until it touches every part of your body. Then it fails to go away. Okay, there are some Empire troops right there. The water calms down. The caves grow quiet. The water is dark and still. You breathe a long sigh of relief. You have managed to successfully navigate the waterfall warrens. You reach the end of this narrow, marshy passage and turn back, only to find that you've been trapped. Several huge plant creatures 5 feet wide and 8 feet tall lurch hungrily towards you. They're slow, but they're big. They block your retreat. Okay, suit yourselves. We just wanted to explore here. Alright, speed elixir. Yeah, he needed that. Alright, what was this? I have to figure out what they want at what the barbaric sluts want, because I have no idea. Alright, but let's hurry up and explore all we can of the waterfall warren, because we're supposed to be finding some chaos codes. The halls of chaos. You find the ruins of a small flat-bottomed boat. An abandoned camp is nearby. It has a long rip in the bottom. It was dragged here for repairs, no doubt, by the poor soul stranded here. However, there are no bodies or bones. There is, however, a leather scroll tube. Okay, well, we'll sell that when we can. Alright, we're definitely not going back to the Empire Fortress, because we're definitely going to be attacked on sight. I'm curious to see what that's supposed to be, but... Through the mist to the south, you can see a forest of lovely crystal formations. Okay, these are just stalkers, clearly. I'm not in the mood to fight them. There is probably some good loot in that cave, though. I just want to... find the cave I'm supposed to be looking for and get to a save point here. Okay, that ain't it. At least we're clearing out more shading. Okay, it's definitely going to be right here, though. It has to be. And yeah, if you hear me tapping out, that's just me keeping an eye on my time. Making sure I don't, like, go over an hour. Because I do try to keep these at least under an hour for you guys. So, that's why I do that. Okay, there we go. Alright, let me go ahead and save the game right here, and I'll see you all soon in the next part of Let's Play, where we finally explore the Halls of Chaos.